Hello, welcome to this Dragon Eclipse roguelike deck building game with Mystlings. So there was a patch recently. So patch 2 Dragon's Arrival. The patch was added on August 3rd, so it's kind of late, but I had to play the game in order to understand what kind of things they added into the game. So now I play the game enough to understand what kind of things they added. So now I can finally talk about it. So let's start with the patch notes. So patch 2 Dragon's Arrival, 2 new Dragon Mistling, Leaderboard, Compendium, and more. Unfortunately, I already recorded up to part 11. So until part 12, I will not have the Dragon's Arrival patch effect with my videos. So gotta keep that in mind. But I actually played the game and I actually unlocked all the stuff they added to the game with this patch. So now I understand what kind of things they added. So let's just talk about it. So hello Tamers, we are flying into August with another fresh baked content update. I really didn't expect the content update this soon. So yeah, it's about time for some actual dragons to join our fight pack of Mistling. Yeah, that's what I kind of made a fun of this game. It has a Mistling, but no dragons. But now they actually have a couple of dragons in the game. I know Drosisia is a dragon Mistling, but I really didn't unlock it until much later on. So, and yeah, what's more, we're adding a leaderboard, letting the most competitive of you flex your scores among the other tamers worldwide. We're also introducing new enchant arena mechanics as an overall game compendium. As always, thank you for participating in the early access process. Many of the changes were inspired by your comments and feedback, so I'd love for you to keep them coming. And there's actually like an official trailer. So if you're interested, go check it out. I'm not gonna watch this on here. So here are the update details. So they added 2 new Mistling, Luminesca, and Emberling. So I'm gonna go into detail later on, but you can see them in the action. The one in the front, right? The golden one is the Luminesca, and the red one is the Emberling. So you can see the evolve right here. I'm gonna go into detail later on, so let's just go on. So enchant area mechanics. So they added a couple of so they added a new enchantment card that has a enchantment mechanic that is a new mechanic to the game. So basically, it has an effect on the particular slot in the combat. So, for example, you if you put the enchant on this slot, it's going to have the permanent effect for turn. Each turn, it will do something on that slot. So that is kind of new. Most of them are kind of meh because the meta right now is kind of focused on going for infinite combo. So having the turn-based effect is not that strong if you're going for infinite combo. But if you're not going for infinite combo, it is actually pretty strong card. There are a couple of really broken card for the enchantment new enchantment card. So I will talk about that later on as well. I think they need to change a couple of them. Some of them cost way too much energy for what they do. Some of them cost way too less, and some of them are just obviously just breaks the game. So I'm gonna talk about that as well later on. So there's a leaderboard now. After achieving victory on any difficult level, you will face Eclipse Crystal, a defensive opponent designed for one purpose to test your damage dealing skill. You will have several rounds, so you have 3 rounds to inflict as much damage as possible, and then a global leaderboard will upload your score. However, I think leaderboard just gotta go. I don't know why they feel like they had to add the leaderboard into this game because you can go infinite combo. So there is really no point. There's really no point. And you will see a couple of people that actually has like a billions of damage on the leaderboard right now. You might think they cheated. The reality is it's actually possible to get those damage. You might say, huh, how is that possible? This guy's dealing like billions and billions damage. That's just not possible, right? You might think it, but if you actually play this game a bit, you will find couple of cards and couple of like infinite combo mechanic that will allow you to deal billions of damage. You can actually break the game if you do it too much. So I will go over that as well. So personally speaking, leaderboards just gotta go. It doesn't serve any purpose. I don't know why developer thinks adding leaderboard is a good idea for this game because it's obviously not a good idea. It's not a fair competition. It's not a fair competition because with a couple of cards and with a couple of mechanic, if you understand the game, you can't just deal billions of damage. So there's really no point in like competing against each other right now. So the leaderboard just gotta go. Just gotta go. That's my personal opinion. You might think differently, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Leaderboard just doesn't serve any purpose right now. Anyway, so compendium, they added a compendium. So basically, you have access to all the cards that you gain. Now it actually shows you it's sort of like a glossary. You can see all like different mechanics and whatnot in the game, and also it shows you what kind of cards you collected. It will also show you the upgraded version as well. So it is kind of nice to know all this information. So that's really good. So that's a wrap. We hope this new update will change the game in more fun experience, and all of you future content updates are in the work, with a new update planned for around 2 weeks from today. Ooh man, 2 weeks. Wow, that's coming in really fast. So there are a couple of patch notes here and there. So they added like a stuff like here, and like they changed a couple of things. They fixed a couple of bugs and whatnot. If you guys interested, go read those out. So that's it for the patch notes. So let's go into the detail. So I'll be right back. Hold please. So after Dragon Arrival update, you will unlock the Luminesca first if you gain about 100 experience point. So after 100 experience points, but that's basically like a one full run on like easiest difficulty. So it's not that hard to unlock this. So Luminesca is kind of interesting Mistling. So activation apply 2 strength, 5 shield, and heal 2 health to the front Mistling. It's really good, but the problem is it's going to stun itself if you activate it. So the talent is every second time it gets hurt, you gain 1 dodge. So it's kind of okay. The special the unique card that you get from the Luminesca is kind of weird. It's called Blinding Light. Next attack of a selected Mistling will target random enemy. It actually doesn't let you attack with this card, but next attack of selected Mistling will target random enemy. It's kind of meh. I just never really find any use for it because it costs just too much energy to use. This Mistling is kind of hard to use, so I will showcase in a minute. Okay, so this is a Luminesca evolving. Evolved version looks really cool, but the core problem is still the same because when you activate this Mistling, you get stunned. And there's really no way to fix the stun. The Blinding Light upgrade is kind of interesting because instead of attacking with your Mistling, you now target the enemy, and selected enemy will target random enemies when attacking. I just found no use for this, so they might need to buff this card somewhat. So the new talent you get from the evolving is that apply 5 strength on activate, apply 14 shield on activate, heal 5 health on activate. It's pretty strong, but the core problem is still the same. You get stunned itself. So it's kind of hard to use this Mistling. Okay, so after you unlock Luminesca, if you gain 100 experience point, then you will unlock Emberling. So this is another Mistling they added with this patch with Dragon's Arrival. So Emberling is kind of interesting. So Emberling's activation is deal 2 damage to all enemies and deal 1 damage to other Mistling. It doesn't deal damage to self. The talent is also interesting because you can fully choose a target when attacking with a card. It doesn't apply to card when targeting random or all enemies. And the unique card that you get is the Brute Force. It's an exhaust card, attack with 300% power, but it only costs 2 energy, so it's kind of good. Okay, so this is the Emberling Evolve right here. This Mistling Evolve is kind of meh. It looks really cool, but so Mistling card costs go down by 1 energy, but everything else is basically same with this card. So new talent activate deal 4 damage to all enemy and deal 1 damage to other Mistling, increase power by 3, attack enemy behind target takes 15 damage. So only the third option is kinda useful. The other two is kinda meh. So you can still use this Mistling to activate and deal damage to other Mistling to activate the hurt while getting attack mechanic, but that's just about it for this Mistling. So it's kind of interesting, but it's not that good. Okay, here I'm going to showcase you the enchanted position card. So all enchanted position card is exhaust keyword. So basically that means you can only use this once for combat, so you gotta be careful where you place it. You can have multiple enchant position card on the same position, so you can do that. You can also put that on the enemy tile as well. Some enchant position card you can put it on the enemy tile. Some of them you can put it on your Mistling side, so you gotta be careful where you place them. So because I have an overall preservation right here, even if I use crew motivation here, my Prowler is not gonna take any damage because I have Aura of Preservation. Aura of Preservation reduces the incoming damage by 2. So that means as long as I don't deal more than 2 damage, my Prowler's not gonna take any damage. Because I use the Clinch's Tears deals 3 damage, so that's why my Prowler is taking 1 damage. But if I upgrade the Clinch's Tears, it's going to deal 1 damage. So basically, if I have an upgrade version of Clinch's Tears and the crew motivation, I can just use this card for free. And by having the 3 card in my deck, I can go infinite combo. It's really strong. But most other enchant position card is turn-based effect. It's going to activate when your turn ends. So you gotta be careful. Some of the enchant position card has a turn-based effect. Some of the enchant position card has a permanent effect on their position. So you gotta be careful which one to use. But Aura of Preservation is gonna be like a number one pick if you wanna go for like wound or self-damage build. It's that strong. So I think Enchanted Position card is interesting, but some of them are really good, but some of them are kind of meh, because the meta is kind of going towards to going for like infinite combo deck. You probably not gonna pass that many turns to the enemy, but in order to activate the enchant, most of the Enchanted Position card, you kind of have to pass the turn. So even though enchant position card is interesting and some of them are really good, because the meta is going for like infinite combo deck, you are not gonna get much use out of the most of this card. So yeah, that's that. So that's it for enchant position card. Okay, so here I'm going to showcase you how to deal billions of damage for the leaderboard. So at the end of the run, you will encounter this called Eclipse Crystal, and you have 3 turns to deal as much damage as possible within 3 turns. However, if you go infinite combo deck, you can basically keep playing card over and over again, and there's this one card that's causing a bit of problem here. It's called Fury. The Fury doubles the strength on selected Mistling. However, it has no restriction. It doesn't have exhaust, so you can just keep playing again and again. And if you're going into the infinite combo, you can basically draw the card again and just keep playing it over and over again. So basically, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, and just keeps going. So that's how all these peoples are on the leaderboards are dealing like billions of damage. So you might think they are cheating, but they are probably not cheating because it's actually possible to deal billions of damage by just using the game mechanics. So if you use this too much, the game kind of breaks down. And if you use this double strength too much, your attack becomes 0 again. So you gotta know when to stop. And also, if you deal too much damage to the Eclipse Crystal, the game will break down because game cannot calculate the damage. So you gotta know when to stop. But if you've seen like a people on the leaderboard on the ranking that has like a billions of damage, it's actually possible to do that. So yeah. So I don't know why developer think it was a good idea to put the leaderboard system for this patch, because it really serves no purpose, because this game has an infinite combo deck. It's possible to go infinite. So it really serves even without the Fury card. Even if they remove the Fury card, you can still go infinite combo. So basically, you can deal as much damage as you want. 3 round restriction doesn't matter because the enemy will never get their turn if you go infinite combo. So you can basically deal much damage as possible. You can basically deal as much damage as possible, and you can just keep going and going. So it really doesn't showcase how good you are at this game. It really doesn't serve any purpose by competing against the other people around the world, because you can just go infinite combo and just deal as much damage as you want. It really serves no purpose. It doesn't showcase how good you are at this game at all. So if developer want to keep this leaderboard system, they basically gotta just overhaul the all this the card that allow you to go infinite combo, or they might have to change the how the Eclipse crystal works. Instead of 3 round, maybe you have the restriction of how many card you can play. Maybe that's something they can do. I don't know, but unless they fix something, all the ranking on the leaderboard will be basically just filled with like a billions of damage, and people who just use this combo basically, people who just use this combo can just deal billions of damage, and whoever used this first will get the ranking basically. So it really serves no purpose. So please just, I don't know, just fix it or just remove the leaderboard for now, because it really doesn't do anything for the game. So that's my opinion anyway. So okay, so that's it for the patch note. There were a couple of minor changes and bug fixes and whatnot. So I didn't talk about most of them, but one of the big changes they made was that the hatchery system got changed. So once you get the mistling egg, it will just hatch right away. You used to have to, put it in the hatchery, and you had to fulfill some condition in order to hatch the mistling egg. Now that's no longer the case. I think that's really good change, because I did complain about that in a couple of my videos, because it really served no purpose other than just delaying the progress for no reason. So I think that's really good change. There were a couple of bug fixes, so some of the bug is not possible anymore. I really enjoy the after like the like a misberry gaining bug, but that's no longer possible. So well, we knew it was gonna get fixed, so they actually fixed it with this patch. So that's really good, right? Anyway, so in about 2 weeks, they're gonna add more content updates. So I'm really excited for that. But right now, the game definitely needs some of the polish, and they definitely need to fix up a couple of things. They probably need to rethink about the leaderboard system, because of the infinite combo deck. It's just too easy for you to go and deal tons of damage, and it really doesn't showcase how good you are at the game. It really doesn't. So they definitely need to work on those. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye.